Hey YouTube, well, this is lesson 1 of my French instruction videos. Well, we'll start with the alphabet because in any language it's always best to know the alphabet. And as you can see here, I've written up the alphabet from A through Z. With some of the pronunciations here. I'll explain the accented ones in a minute. But basically, the alphabet in French basically goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now, that's basically how most of these letters are said in a word. One thing though is that, like English, there is a lot of, well, not necessarily confusion, but there's a lot of irregularities with spelling and pronunciation. But once you know the ground rules of French pronunciation, that should be overcome in time. And well, I guess we could erase some of the board here, and I could, I guess, use, or not even erase it, I'll just leave it up there. There are accents in the French language, and I guess I'll use this space for that. There are, let's see, we have l'accent grave, which is in English grave accent. I don't know why I started with that one first, but okay, we'll go. This is this letter, and I'm pretty sure those are the only two letters that use the grave accent. And what this does is for the letter A, it really does not make a difference in sound as much as it does in spelling. Like, for example, you have the word third person singular, like he has, that means il a, and now I could erase that, that means he has, and then il est à la, let's see, à la bibliothèque. That's supposed to be Q. Il est à la bibliothèque. Now, there is no difference in pronunciation here. It's just a matter of spelling. But for the E, you have this one, which is pronounced E. You have, with the grave accent, it's pronounced E. And this one I'll get to when I get to the acute accent. The E is the only letter that uses this, by the way. This is A, or more like actually A, but this usually is used to make the A sound, like in marché. Let's see, what's another example? Énergique, as opposed to énergique, I guess, or énergique. But yes, this is the grave acute accent. Let's write that down. This is probably messy, but you could, I guess, just watch it again or ask any questions, comments. This is the acute accent. This is the only letter that has this, by the way. I've said that before. So yes, this makes this E, or in French we should say E, E, A. So, and in addition to that, well, get a good look at this before I erase it. You could take notes if you want, or you could just rewatch it. I recommend both. It's kind of weird being a language instructor. I'm not certified, by the way. I like languages. This is a hobby, and I plan to major in international studies, so I guess this is some sort of help. But now let's get on to the third type of accent. We have the circumflex. In English, it's circumflex. You've probably seen it on your keyboard. It's this hat-looking thing. And the letters that have it are basically all of the vowels. And what in the world is wrong with my marker? Let's see if we could use the other one. That was kind of some kind of disservice there. A, E, I, O, U. Now, you will most often see this on the, or in my history of learning the French language. You mostly see this on the I, le A, E, le O most often. So I guess, well, maybe this isn't just a lesson of the alphabet, but this is a language of the writing system. And now let's see. What example could I give with each of the circumflex? I guess some of my friends know this word, bent. This means, well, literally beast, but it can be used to mean stupid. But it's like the grave accent, it could be used for spelling. In the past, it did have a sound change, but not so much anymore. Although in this case, it is used more like a grave accent. It's bet, not bait. Oh yeah, and also I should have noted, this sound is silent. You do not pronounce that. Usually, if there's an E at the end of the word, you do not pronounce it unless there is a grave accent or acute accent. The acute accent makes it pronounced. So keep in mind, most of the time, you don't see that, you don't pronounce it. And also, another example where you might see it with the A, it's usually when you answer the phone, it's allô, just makes it a longer A. And the word for unemployment in French, you use this. This is pronounced chômage. And as you can see, the E is not pronounced. But keep in mind also, just like in many cases in English, the E next to the G makes it sound like J and not like G or Ga or Go or Gu. An E and an I next to a G will make it sound like a J, which is J. So remember, if you ever want to recite the alphabet, this is J and this is G, not F G H, because that would be F G H instead of F J H. So one thing to keep in mind. Let's see. There's another type of accent. Oh, actually, I forget what this one is called. In Spanish, it's called the diéresis. We'll get into that later. But it's basically the two dots over something, two dots over a vowel. Pretty sure it can go over any vowel, but most often it goes over an I to make it pronounced. Like for example, this is the only example I can think of right now. Aïr, it's not pronounced hair. I guess without that, I don't know if there is such a word in French, but without that, that's just R. With the H, it's usually silent at the beginning of a word, and one of its only functions is to, when placed next to the C, make a SH sound in English. So this is, I guess this would be pronounced R without the diéresis. But it's aïr, so that just would make that pronounced instead of it would be pronounced R. As far as accents go, I think that's pretty much it. This is basics, a little bit more into the specifics of the French alphabet and writing system. So comment if you have any questions, comments in general, and yeah.